So the point I'm trying to make that as far as Kautilya is concerned, Kautilya would never ignore or Kautilya would never reject the importance of dharma in his scheme of things, but in his understanding, wherever politics requires that all the considerations of dharma, all the considerations of righteousness, right, or considerations of righteousness, they should be made subordinate to the requirements of politics. So that is where a wise or prudent king would do so. That is the point I'm trying to highlight. That is the point I'm trying to make. Because if you look that the kind of importance that Kautilya gives to culture and the prevailing moral order in the society, so that is what is an indication to this respect. Because Kautilya says that a king would always respect the larger values of the society. He would not make changes or he would not make interference as far as the overall societal values in a society that is concerned, right? So even if a king he acquires a new territory, it would be prudent upon the king not to interfere in the cultural or religious affairs of the newly acquired territory. But in the interest of politics, but in the interest of making the state strong, but in order to make his own position strong, if it is so required, then king can do so, right? But it is not that he does not suggest the ways in which the king is required to do these things, right? Now, what I'm suggesting here that as far as Kautilya is concerned, Kautilya understood that as far as the state is concerned, a state is to be governed by the kind of administrative structure wherein each department would have a responsibility which would be well demarcated, which would be very clear in terms of the responsibilities of the concerned department. And as far as the king is concerned, king would rule according to the law, right? So law is something which acquires importance in Kautilya's views, importance in Kautilya's understanding of statecraft. Then there has to have some basis of laws according to Kautilya, right? And this can be based on, say, for instance, or rather, if one has to categorize the different kinds of laws that Kautilya would accept, according to which the king is supposed to run his kingdom, then one can understand that Kautilya would accept the sanctity or the importance of customary law, for instance, in the first place, canon law, second, third, the uses, and fourth, the laws which would be based on the logical explanation, right? So, customary law is something which is part of the customs of the people, right? Meaning that which is embedded in the cultural values of the people which people have been following for time immemorial or which people have been following you know in terms of their evolution as a society or as a community, right? Uses in the sense that there are many practices which become part of the community practice or which becomes part of the practices in the society according to the uses. So what people practice, that can also become the basis of law according to Kautilya, right? Then canon law is something which would be based on the teachings of religion, what religion sanctions, what religion says. And finally, there would be circumstances wherein logical explanations would establish the validity of a particular law. So based on logic, right? So whenever the king is deciding on a matter related to governance or related to the administration of the state, he is supposed to follow the laws based on all these three categories, right? So the king's administration is not something which is solely his own discretion, right? That is the point I'm trying to highlight. king's role is supreme, that he accepts, right? King is supposed to use his own wisdom and intelligence whenever he is carrying out the administration of the state that he very much establishes, right? King has to be a very strong king that he understands to be the most important aspect of statecraft or politics. But at the same time, he does not see that the king should be ruling according to his own discretion or something which would be governed by his own whims and fancy. Meaning that there has to have elaborate legal structure, or there has to have practices which would guide the actions of the king, and that is where law plays an important role. And the four categories that I have just mentioned could be the very basis of law, right? Now, Kautilya also understood that there might be situations in which there would be a conflict